optimization, so you have to know a bit about the technical part, on how websites work, how you can optimize for search engines. So how do you get 800 people that are used to selling print sell SEO, because they're not used to it? To do that, we developed SEO tools to make it very easy for the sales rep to sell SEO to their clients. And besides the tools, they also spend a lot of effort in training the sales reps, how to use the tools and what everything means. And these are the results, and this is only from the SEO turnover. So in 2011 they had a turnover of 5 million, that's purely for the SEO, and a year later they doubled it. And this year again, they will double it again. So I'm going to show you how the tools work, maybe that's nice to see. And in this example, I'm going to use the website of Abe Cohen. He's a local plumber in Montreal. This site really exists, but it doesn't rank very well. So the first thing that he can do is, as you can see, he doesn't rank in Google. He's on the second place, and his competitors are on the first one. He wants to know, what should I do to get more traffic from Google? And the first tool is the SEO tool. It's publicly available, so everybody can use it. It's an analysis of your website. So the website owner just enters his website, and then the tool will ask him, what are your main competitors? Because sometimes you want to know, why does my website rank and why does my competitor do? So he enters 3 websites from his competitors, and then he has to enter a few keywords. So what do you want to be found on? So in this case, probably he wants to be found on plumbing and heating in Montreal, or plumbing Montreal, or heating Montreal. And then the whole process starts. So the crawlers that we use to index the web, those are the same crawlers we use to index the site of Abe Cohen. So this happens real time. So the crawler goes to the website and it downloads the first page. And then it follows all the links and downloads the pages as well. And it starts checking on how are the titles being used, meta descriptions, how the image is being used, are there possibly dead links? How is the technology behind this website? And when the analysis is finished, which is within a minute, a report will appear. So the report will state 3 things, because to rank in Google, it's all about 3 things. The first thing is very simple. Your website has to be technically well. A spider must be able to index it, because if it can't read anything. So the second thing is the content that is actually in the website. You have to explain to a spider what your website is about. It's just the same as when you open a newspaper and you see the title and the images and the headings. As a human being, you're looking for the big picture, so all the words. Well, a crawler works basically the same, only it can't see very much, so it uses semantics like, is the word being used in the title, in the heading, stuff like that. And the third thing for ranking is popularity. If nobody links to your website, it's not going to be found. The more people link to your website, the better it's going to be found. So with this report that everybody can access, you know what the status of your current website. And you can see how you're performing and how your competitors are doing. And this was a live example. So Joe the plumber, Abe Cohen the plumber, his website was technically not that well. Those from his competitors were better. His content was very poor, so maybe that is one of the reasons that he doesn't rank at all. His popularity is okay, so that wasn't the problem. It's still very low. And you can also see his current rankings. But the problem is he doesn't really rank in Google, and let's assume that Abe Cohen, the plumber, isn't very good in building websites. So this is not a problem. I mean, YPT can fix this for you. So a sales rep visited his office and is going to help him to gain more rankings in Google. So this tool, what you're going to see now, is the second tool, the pricing tool. This is only available for sales reps. And the beauty of the product is they do this next to the client in their store, for example, because local Google rankings must be at the same position as the client, because the results may vary. So again, we enter the website, and we enter the website of the competitors, and then the sales rep asks, what word do you want to be found on? What is the most important word describing your business? Well, in this case, it would be Montreal. And then the process starts. And this is something else than indexing. Basically what we do is, first of all, the plumber said he wants to be found on plumber. That's just one keyword. So what we're going to do, because we indexed all the Canadian websites, we know what other words are also being used similar to plumber. And we know how high the competition is. So how many pages are there about plumbing and plumber and what do they use? So the first thing the tool does is get more keyword suggestions that are related to the keyword that we gave and retrieve statistical information about how it's being used. So the second thing the tool does is it's going to check how the competitors and the website of EAPCO-HEN are ranking in Google. We created a separate plugin for this to do this because it was not possible otherwise. And then the third step is retrieving the price. How much does it cost to use a third-party service to optimize the website? So this could be any third-party SEO company. And then it's all presented in a very simple way. So as you can see, there are 10 keyword suggestions for the word plumber. For example, he could try plumber Montreal or plumbers Montreal or emergency plumber. And because we also have the prices and know how the competitors rank, we know how high the potential is. So basically what the third-party company is going to do for yellow pages is link building, blogging, stuff like that, so that he's going to rank. So these prices are the actual prices that the customer has to pay YPG on a monthly basis. And the sales rep can just select a few keywords and then create a quote. And then they're off. So the keyword suggestions, that's the third part that they use. So for selling the SEO keywords and the pricing tools, they needed keyword suggestions. Because as you may know, Google also has a keyword suggestion tool. But what it doesn't take into account is how high the competition is. I mean, the Google keyword tool is used for paid search, not for organic search. And because we have all those keywords, we download all the Canadian websites, we know how much words are being used and how hard it is to compete. So first we started downloading all the websites, and we do this on a monthly basis. And then when we're done, we're left with 35 million structured pages with all the titles, the headings, meta descriptions. And then it's called n-grams. You generate n-grams with statistics. And an n-gram is something you see in the field below. It's, for example, it's find a cosmetic or a cosmetic dentist or a cosmetic dentist in. And we keep track of how many times it's being used, how well the websites are optimized, how much traffic the websites gain. And these n-grams are then being used for suggestions. So for example, when I enter the word lawyer in the system, it would say, okay, the word lawyer, most of the times it's also being used in combination with words as injury lawyer or personal injury lawyer or criminal lawyer. And as you can see, we know how many pages are about those topics, and we know how much traffic they gain. But we also know all the SEO statistics about it. So we know how well optimized sites about injury lawyers are. So that's why we know what the potential is. When a sales rep is selling a keyword to a client, we know how much the potential is that he's actually very soon going to rank for the chosen keyword, and that's very important. So, as you can see in this example, if you want to run for a lawyer, it's better to just say what kind of lawyer you are, what kind of businesses you do, so that you can choose, for example, business lawyers or real estate lawyers or something like that. And this all comes into place, the keyword suggestions in the tools they currently use. So today I've showed you a few examples. I've showed you how YPG in Canada enriches their directory using website data, and I showed you 3 other tools they currently use. I thank you for your time.